Hello, my name is Amanda Demko, and today I'm going to be talking about the importance of play and specifically the importance of play for children in early childhood. So, play isn't just something children do for fun, it is how young children learn, communicate, and make sense of the world around them. Today, I'm going to be talking about why play is so important in early childhood, how it supports development, and how we can intentionally support play for all children. So, play is child-led and joyful. It's active and engaging, flexible and imaginative, and a natural way that children learn. When children are playing, they're not just playing, they're experimenting, problem solving, communicating, and practicing real life skills. Play is meaningful specifically because it comes from the child's interests. So, some things that children learn through play, they often learn to talk and communicate. They'll learn to use their body. They'll learn to solve problems. They'll learn to handle emotions and they'll learn to connect with others. So, children learn best when they're relaxed and they're having fun and their play skills. You want to help their play skills grow naturally without pressure. So, why is play especially important for children with disabilities? Play is especially important for them because it builds skills at their pace, it reduces frustration, it encourages communication, and it helps children feel confident and successful. For children with disabilities, play is often the most accessible and motivating way for them to learn. It allows them to practice skills without the pressure of being tested or corrected, and also supports inclusion and belonging. So, what is the adult's role in play? So, adults should follow the child's lead. They should join but not take over the play. You want to observe the child before jumping in. You want to adapt the materials that the child is playing with and the environment to help support them the best. And you want to narrate their play instead of quizzing them. So, our role is not to control the play or turn it into a lesson. Instead, we want to support, model, and gently extend the play based on what the child's interests and abilities are. So, the first example that I'm going to go over is an example in gross motor play. So, for this example, I'll use blocks. What the child might do with the blocks, they might stack them, they might knock them down, they might line them up. They're really just going to experiment with all of the different ways they can interact with the blocks. Some things that you could say are, "You're stacking the block so tall. Oh no, it fell over. You put the red block on top." Again, we want to narrate what the child is doing. We don't want to provide too many questions at that time. Some adaptations you can make for children with disabilities using larger or textured blocks for motor needs, using fewer blocks to not overwhelm them. If you put a whole box of toys in front of them and they've never played with that toy before, it can become very overwhelming. And then if a child needs any hand over hand support, you can provide that if needed. You'll notice that I'm not asking a lot of questions. I'm more describing what the child is doing, and this supports their language development and keeps the play very low pressure for them. Another example is with pretend play. So this could be playing kitchen, this could be playing with dolls, playing with cars. Again, some things you can say to narrate what the child is doing is the baby is hungry, the car is going fast, oh no, it crashed. Um, and then some simple actions that you can model could be feeding the baby, pushing the car, rocking the baby, putting food inside of a pot and mixing it. And when a child first starts engaging with pretend play, some kids, it's very helpful if you start with modeling one step at a time. If you're playing with cars, maybe modeling just pushing one car, teaching them how to push the car and then slowly you can teach them how to make it go faster. So really just taking it one step at a time and allowing them to experiment at their own pace and again following their lead. If you can see that they're, wanting to push it, kind of follow along with that and show them they can go faster, they can go forwards, they can go backwards. Um, and pretend play really does not need to be complex. Even simple actions and sounds count. For some children, watching is the first part of their play process. A lot of times, children will just watch you as you're modeling before they actually start to engage in the play, and that is totally normal. And then you want to accept any form of participation, whether it's watching, touching, vocalizing while the child is playing. So again, what not to say during play. You really want to avoid asking too many questions. So asking, what color is that? What is this? What are you going to do next? What is your favorite food? And you also don't want to control what they're doing. No, do it this way. That's not how you play with it. You really don't want to constantly correct them. There's no right or wrong way of playing. You really want to just follow their lead and see what they're doing. And when we correct or control play too much, children begin to disengage. So play really should feel safe and fun for them. So just some key takeaways. Play is a way of learning. Adult language shapes learning. Again, that narrating and not overwhelming the child with questions. All children can play with the right supports, and inclusion starts with play. And lastly, just to go over a couple more adaptations, using larger items instead of smaller items that require that really strong fine motor skill is very nice to start with. Using softer items and using sensory-rich items with different textures. There's some balls that have a spiky feeling to them. Some might be squishier, some might make noise if the child shakes them. And providing a fewer amount of items so that the child is not overwhelmed. So like we said with the blocks, you don't want to put a whole bin of blocks right in front of them. That's going to be really overwhelming if they've never played with blocks before.